gentlemen, the champ is here, the champ is here, the champ is here. You took a long man to the end. The champ is here, the champ is here, the champ is here. You can name names.
You are tuned in to G5 Jeff TV. If you are new to the channel, definitely hit that subscribe button, like the video, share the video. Big shout out to the team, VP Shane, BoxingFirst Vlog, aka Blunt Bayless. And we got the website out, y'all, G5JeffTV.com. When you get some time, definitely go check that out. And this video is sponsored by my boy Fast Classic. Single just came out. The link will be in the description of my Instagram, and it's G5 Jeff TV on Instagram. Now, Jermell Charlo, Brian Castano, it went down this past Saturday, and not all unification fights are competitive. Not all unification fights are legendary in terms of the action and how the fight played out. A unification fight is legendary because of significance. Belts on the line, people putting their careers on the line, putting their reputations on the line, trying to create legacy for themselves on top of adding hardware, which is the belts. This was the most competitive, undisputed fight that I've seen in a while. And you knew it was a good fight when people had different scorecards. Now, of course, we were live on the channel, G5 Jeff TV. I was not on it. I was in the comment section, but VP Shane and BoxingFirst Vlog held it down for me, so big shout out to them. And even with them during the fight, they had different opinions. BoxingFirst Vlog thought Charlo was getting the better of it, and he thought it was pretty clear and obvious. Shane had it a little bit closer, but he thought Charlo won during the live. And I had people on my phone like, yo, Castano's winning the fight. So that's the signs of a good fight, where people are having debates as far as their scorecard and who won the fight and what's a good scorecard, what's a bad one. But one of the judges had it 117, 111, Jermell Charlo. And a lot of people are, really pissed off about that scorecard. But we're not going to talk about that today. What we are going to talk about is your scorecard. How did you have Jermell Charlo versus Brian Castano? I had it 7-5 Castano. To be honest with you, I can argue 8-4 if I wanted, but I scored it 7-5 Brian Castano. I know VP Shane rewatched it. He scored it a draw 6-6. My guy Stay Ready Boxing, big shout out to Stay Ready. He scored it a draw 6-6, and he from Texas. He kept it a bean and kept it straight down the middle like he always does. And BoxingFirst Vlog, he rewatched the fight and said he had it 7-5 Charlo. So, I mean, it's so many people that had so many different opinions on this fight, but I never got a chance to really break down how I thought the fight went. I know we went live and I talked about it, but the fight to me, for Charlo was disappointing. And I'm going to tell you why. Charlo is the better overall fighter. Charlo has more tools in the toolbox. Charlo was able to do more things inside the ring than Brian Castano. And I felt like going into the fight that Charlo had to do three things. Number one, he had to be disciplined with the jab. That was number one. Number two, he had to be very disciplined in this fight in terms of checking his ego at the door. When you're dealing with a guy that's a volume guy, Brian Castano is a volume guy. He's coming through the front door. He don't care if he got to pay an admission fee or not. He's gonna come through that front door and he's gonna work. And when I say check your ego at the door, is when you're dealing with a guy like that, it's okay to clinch him from time to time. Clinch him, turn him, put his back towards the ropes. Clinch him, turn him. You retake the middle of the ring. Make him find you. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I mean by checking your ego at the door. And the third thing is with Jermell Charlo, he needed to counterpunch in threes and fours and not ones and twos. He did nothing that I wanted him to do. Like, absolutely nothing. Not only did he not do anything I wanted him to do, he didn't do anything that Derrick James wanted him to do. Like, Charlo really helped Brian Castano out. Like, he really helped Brian Castano out. Like, and I thought Castano won the fight. I thought he won the fight. Charlo hurt him in the second round. Yes. Castano was doing dance moves. Yes, he was. But that's boxing. That's boxing. He hurt him in the 10th round. That's boxing. But Brian Castano hit him with a shot, and you can argue that the ropes held up Charlo in the 3rd round. You could argue that should have been a knockdown. Charlo didn't do anything smart in this fight. Like, if he didn't have those moments where he clearly hurt Castano, he would have clearly lost this fight. Clearly lost the fight. He hurt Castano a good 3 times in this fight, and all 3 of those rounds were given to Jermell Charlo. But Jermell Charlo, the jab wasn't working. He was supposed to be working that thing up top, working it to the core, working it to the stomach. He didn't do none of that. He didn't clinch. He didn't move around the ring. It looked like he was trying to set traps, but he just wasn't successful. I think him putting his back on the ropes and fighting off the ropes, I think he was calling himself trying to set traps, and it just didn't work out for him. It didn't work out for him. And then when he countered, he really only countered in 1s and 2s. He didn't counter in 3s and 4s. You know, so he gave Castano a lot of opportunities to get his offense off. And let's not get it twisted. Again, Charlo is the better overall fighter, but I felt like Castano fought better Saturday. He won more rounds Saturday. And you know, it's a 10-point must system. You have to score 12 rounds separately. You know, just because you hurt a guy in the 2nd round doesn't mean you automatically give him the 3rd. You know, if you hurt a guy in the 10th, it doesn't mean you automatically give the guy the 11th. No, like, every round it's its own individual story. It's its own individual occasion. You understand what I'm saying? So, yes, Jermell Charlo hurt Castano a couple times, but you still have to count the other rounds. You still have to count the other rounds. So, if Castano does good work the round after he gets knocked around and gets hurt, if he won that round, he won that round. It don't matter what happened in the round before. You know what I'm saying? So it was just disappointing for Charlo, for me, you know, when it came down to Charlo, because I felt like if he would have did the things that he needed to do, stayed disciplined and just stuck to the game plan, this was a 9-3 fight for Charlo. Like, this could have been a blowout for Charlo. Could have been. Because he got Castano's respect early. 2nd round had him rocked bad. And when you're dealing with a volume guy and you get their respect early, if you're really that dude, if you're really that skilled, you should be cruising the rest of the fight. You should be putting it together the rest of the fight. You should be picking him off, countering with shots, all of that. And he just didn't put it together. And I don't understand why. Like, he never fights off the ropes. Like, he was fighting off the ropes. I didn't understand that. He wasn't using his skill set. He wasn't using his abilities. You know, I wasn't expecting for him to, you know, be something different than what he is. I ain't expect for him to just be pot shotting and pivoting and all this and all that. But he does do certain subtle things that would have got him in better positions, and he just didn't do it. He arguably lost this fight because he just wasn't smart. He just didn't fight smart. He fought with his emotions and didn't fight with his brain. You know what I'm saying? But this fight was too close. They're definitely going to have a rematch. It's going to be interesting to see if it's going to be in Texas again, especially with that 117 and 111. I'm pretty sure Brian Castano and their team is going to try to get it somewhere else outside of Texas. But, you know, Charlo is the A side. So I'm assuming it's probably going to be back in Texas. But Castano Castano knowing that he can take Charlo's best shot and recover, that makes him even more dangerous in a rematch. So it's actually more for Charlo to figure out in the rematch than Castano, you know, at the end of the day. But I had a 7-5 Castano. Put in the comment section how you scored it. You don't have to give me rounds or anything, but give me your scorecard. If you had it 114, that's 6 rounds of 6. If you had it 115, 113, either way, that's 7 rounds of 5. I'm cool with any of those scorecards. If you had it 8-4 either way or 9-3 either way, I'm not really cool with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really cool with that. If I had to argue 8-4 somewhere, it probably would be Castano, but I wouldn't even go that far. You know what I'm saying? A draw or 7-5 either way. But, I mean, whatever your scorecard is, let me know what it is in the comment section. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. G5 Jeff TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video, support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.